Welcome to Movement is Mandatory. If you're looking for a great way to recover from your run, to make sure you don't put yourself at a higher risk for injury, you're in the right spot. Today, we're going to go over our protocol post-run, where you just need body weight to be able to get everything back in balance, to make sure that you recover correctly so that you can stay on the trail or on the path and then train as much as you want. Let's get moving. All right, everyone, so today's video is all about 3 different movements to make sure that you're recovering correctly from your run. Doesn't matter what kind of running it is. You could have ran this morning and you're seeing this now and it's later that night or the next morning. That's fine. This is a great way to get that balance back to make sure we don't avoid any lower extremity injuries or imbalances that could cause tightness or pain. So the 3 movements we're going to go over, the first one's going to be a calf raise variation, which is why I have this. You don't need a stick, it's just you need something to hold on to, and this is what I have. We're going to go through a little bit of some hip range of motion mobility work, and then we're going to finish with some hip activation work. So let's go into the calf raises first. So like I said, I'm just using the stick to help with balance. You can hold on to something in your house, a chair, whatever. The main thing with these calf raises is you are going to toe out a little bit. And what we're trying to do is we are trying to go up onto our big toes. So our knees are almost a little bit together. We're going up onto our big toes, and as we come down, we're trying to push our knees forward. We go up and push our knees forward. And we're going to do 20 of these. What we're trying to achieve with this is we're trying to get that plantar fascia, we're trying to get that Achilles tendon tissue all back in good position. A lot of times when I see runners come into the clinic, they're really using the outside of their foot too much. And that puts a lot of torque on that plantar fascia, on that Achilles tendon, which can lead to issues down into that lower leg area. So to help create better balance from your run and help get stronger with that tissue and keeping it in good position for your runs, these calf raises really make a big difference. So I'm still going up through the big toe, and that's where we don't want to roll out this way. We want to go through the big toe, push those knees forward as we come down. And the pushing the knees forward as we come down really works on more of the soleus, which is the calf muscle underneath the gastroc. So it's kind of like the hidden calf muscle that's a little bit closer to your shin bone. We're going to do about 5 more reps of this. Should be a nice good burn through your calves as you're doing this, which is fine if you just ran. This is going to get some good blood flow, so that lower extremity is going to help with getting some of that used metabolic waste out of that tissue as well. 1 more rep. Good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some of these lateral rock back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep my left knee bent. My right knee is going to be straight. So what I'm trying to do from here is I'm trying to rock back onto bringing my butt towards my heel. So I'm feeling a nice good stretch through that hamstring, through that adductor. I'm even going to get a little bit of a quad stretch on this side. And we're going to do 20 of these on each side. So we're about on rep 3. Now with this, we're trying to get to that end range of motion or end range of tissue. So we're trying to get to that point where we kind of can't go any further, but we're not forcing it. We're just kind of getting there, hanging for a second, and coming out. And what that's going to help do is just really help open up the hips, particularly with running. We got about 10 reps left. With running, we get super tight through here just because our gait pattern is so narrow. So if we can get some wide hip tissue work, that's going to make sure that tissue doesn't get stuck or adhere down as you go on with your day. Particularly, you go for a run in the morning, and then 5 more reps, and then you're sitting in a chair, you're getting in your car, things like that. So this is going to help make sure you recover correctly. Again, it's going to help with getting that blood flow back to all this blood back to the lymphatic system, so we get new healthy blood to our legs. One more rep. Perfect. And now, vice versa. So knee is straight. Now on this other leg, on my leg down here, my toes are not tucked. So if you see it from this angle, my toes are not tucked. I'm just sitting back onto that so I get more of a quad stretch. I get that inner thigh stretch on this side. Got about 15 more reps with this. Now, you might find that one side's a little bit tighter than the other, which if you're post-run might tell you that that side maybe got worked a little bit more. Particularly if you're feeling a little bit tighter on your dominant side. A lot of times we'll see that in clinic, that if there's tighter tissue on that dominant side, what that tells us is that that leg probably did a little bit more work. If you're feeling the opposite, if you're feeling that the non-dominant side's a little bit tighter, you're gonna do about 5 more reps. Then what that tells us is that you might be compensating a little bit more and using a little bit too much quad to absorb the load of your body when you're running. Particularly if with this one where your hips are just a little bit tighter, you're not, it's a little bit harder to get through that knee flexion on that working side. All right, perfect. And then the other one we're gonna do is this plank with hip outs. So we're getting into a plank position, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our abs engaged. We're gonna connect with our abs, and we're gonna come out at a 45, and we're gonna alternate. We're gonna do this for a minute. So I got the timer going, and we're just trying to keep everything still. So the only thing that should be moving is that leg that you're lifting. And I'm just going back and forth. I should feel good ab engagement, so I'm keeping my belly button to my spine. I should feel my glute firing to lift my leg, and I should feel my glute firing when that leg stays down to stabilize me as well. You guys are doing great. We got about 20 more seconds. And again, getting some activation like this is going to help with the recovery process through the hips, through the lower legs. It's going to help your legs get that fresh feel, so you can get that run in tomorrow or in the next couple of days, or that workout, whatever you're doing next with your training. Let's do one more on each side. Perfect. So now I have you stand up. Just see how that feels. Your legs should feel a little bit more loose. That tightness you might have had in your quads and your hip flexors, that should be gone now. Everything should be nice and relaxed. Should feel like you're ready to go and get on with the rest of your day. Or if you're doing this at night, you're ready to crawl in bed and get a nice, good night of recovery sleep. So it's a great way to recover from your run with these 3 movements, this protocol. We appreciate you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And as always, thank you for making movement mandatory.